All right, and we are live. Always that initial burst of adrenaline when you see yourself live on stream and know you're up on YouTube. Tim, great to see you. That was a quick 2 weeks. It feels like we were just here.
Indeed. Yeah, the week, the year is flying by already. Good
Right?
grief, we're
I'm
nearly into a new month, aren't we?
all my big plans for 2023. It's like I better get started on those. We're
Yes, likewise.
underway. So
We are
this
indeed.
is going to be a fun show. I almost feel like we shouldn't talk about it because everyone's talking about it, but I want to talk about it with you because I know you've been working on it. ChatGPT. I love ChatGPT.
Yeah, it's
Let me let you
amazing.
dig in first.
Yeah, I just think for me, it's just it's giving you a sort of tantalizing glimpse into how this generative artificial intelligence is going to improve sort of all sorts of things by all accounts. So first of all, I think probably worth going into what it is and how it's done what it's been able to do, and then hopefully you can give our audience some ideas.
Yeah, we could do a quick demo. We're set up.
Fantastic. Yeah. So, I mean, just basically, ChatGPT, it's a chat generative pre-trained transformer. It's a bit of a mouthful. That's why they like to shorten it to GPT. But, well, what is it? And why has this sort of AI-powered virtual assistant taken the internet by storm? Um, well, I think it's taken it by storm because it provides a sort of cohesive and almost like a human-like response in dealing with questions and queries by providing, this really nice conversational style answer. And basically, what's happened is OpenAI, the company that owned ChatGPT, they've trained this artificial intelligence up from large, huge amounts of data from Common Crawl, and Common Crawl is an organization, it's a non-profit organization that crawls the web and makes its archives and data sets freely available. And what ChatGPT has done, or OpenAI have done, has sort of gone through 45 terabytes of data. And to put that in context, that's about 300 years worth of text to train its model to provide this really high quality response. And I've seen all sorts of things out there that have sort of looked at ChatGPT's IQ, and they've done things like using a verbal linguistic IQ test and a Raven's ability test. They scored it 147, which is a highly gifted rating. So I think this is the reason why it's taken the internet by storm.
It's really exciting. I think part of understanding what it is understanding what it's not. If people are comparing it to Google, they're going in to get information. It does give information, and it is it's not. It doesn't just make stuff up unless you ask it to, but it can be wrong. Its primary purpose is not to be accurate. It's supposed to be accurate, but it's not its primary purpose. And you get it by when you ask it to do something it doesn't want to do or it's incapable of doing. The first thing it says is it goes, "I am a language modeler," right? Or
Yes.
something to that. I'm a language you I'm pretending to be English. I'm pretending to talk English. And that's what it's designed to do. What it's designed to do is you type in a question and whatever comes back, you think, a person, someone really fast and smart typed that. There's no way a
Yeah.
computer typed that. And that's what it does. It tricks me into thinking it's a person. And so people get a little confused. They say, "Oh, I asked it about the history of Led Zeppelin, and it said this person was in the band. That person was never in the band." It gets things wrong. But when you
Well,
correct
this the
it,
this
it
the
sounds like
problem.
a person being corrected. "Oh, I'm sorry, you're right about that. Let me respond correctly." It's so polite.
Well, exactly. I mean, the outputs these models produce, and ChatGPT is just it's an example of these models, these generative AI models, and they're made to sound convincing by design. However, as you rightly point out, the responses can generate all sorts of wrong answers. They can be biased. If anyone remembers Microsoft Tie, I think it was called, years and years and years ago, it trawled the Twitter sphere to generate its own sort of models, to train its own models. And I won't go through some of the outputs, but just do a search on that,
I'll have to
and
check that out.
it's only as good as the data it consumes.
But the thing that makes it scary is using it for its intended purpose. Instead of using it like I've been using it for fun stuff, I've been using it for, give me the lyrics to this song or who was in this movie, fun stuff like that. And it's nice to get human responses. That's not the power of it. The power of it is using it to do things that need to sound like I write articles for a living. Before now, I was not scared of AI articles because they looked like a computer wrote them. I asked this to write an article like one of my articles, and it was pretty good. I couldn't use it. It doesn't sound like me, and it gets facts wrong, and it doesn't have the right flow and the right style. But if I went out on the web to a competitive website of mine, and I saw it up there, I wouldn't think, "Oh, computer wrote that." I would think it's a decent article. So that kind of
Absolutely.
scares me. And art, music, it could do poetry. That's when it starts to get scary because the whole point of computers, I thought, was for computers to do the boring spreadsheet stuff, so we could be freed up to do the creative stuff and write, stories and plays and music and everything. If the computer's doing the creative stuff, are we done? Are we
Well, yeah, we
needed?
might be ushering in a new year of renaissance. But if you look at, I mean, useful to think about Microsoft's interest in ChatGPT. I mean, speaking at Ignite 2022 last year, Satya Nadella, who's the CEO of Microsoft, he highlighted that to deliver, he was focused on delivering efficiency with automation and AI, and sort of said that it will help organizations do more with less. Now, Microsoft's already a 3 billion, I think they're about a $3 billion investment in OpenAI at the moment. They're considering or have made signals that they're going to invest another 10 billion over the course of the years. So when I look at these sizable investments, I'd like to think it's small change for Microsoft, but they're sizable investments. You can see where this is potentially going in terms of improving productivity, collaboration, customer engagement. So imagine if ChatGPT or something similar was trained on all of the content in your organization. Imagine how it would be for productivity if organizational knowledge was surfaced in an easy way. And Microsoft haven't been very successful with Cortana or anything like that. Clippy, anyone remember Clippy?
Yes, it was
Maybe
cute.
this is the rebirth of Clippy, but I can see how this could be huge in our area, David. Of course,
Oh yeah,
a lot of
contact
meetings are
center.
being recorded. Yeah, contact center or meetings are being recorded, and you got all those transcriptions. Um, how about a weekly digest, a reader's digest of all the meetings that have been spoken about in our organization or over the course of the month, surfacing that up, and we find out that, tell me about David's meetings over the last 3 months. It could show you exactly what you've been talking about. It could link you to those meetings. It could give you a transcription. That to me is exciting, and that to me is where ChatGPT and Microsoft's investment would really pay dividends, I think.
And the way it does follow-up questions, you could say, give me the summary of David's meetings for the month, and just tell me about if he ever brought up, video recording or whatever topic. I mean, you don't have to restate the question every time. It remembers the previous question. It really is like a conversation. And there's so many things. I mean, think of, when you're using Excel and you don't know how to do something. How do I copy these over to this and transform it this way? I go to YouTube because the help in Excel is really hard to search. No fault to Microsoft. It's a program that does a lot of things. It's hard to make a help for it. But imagine if I could just say, Excel, how do I do this? Or Excel, do this. Excel, just do this for me. I don't know how to do it. Just do it for me. And Excel, instead of
Definitely.
being like, I don't understand you, is like, sure, David, what do you want? And just does it and sounds like it's a person helping. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's fascinating. I think contact center, as you rightly point out, that's another area. I mean,
it's a
we
big
have
one.
got these conversational AI chatbots that are out there at the moment, and of course that helps you provide a 365 day service. It allows you to deal with those transactional issues, like I want to change my address, I want to change my phone number. Can you tell me the status of my order? All of that stuff can be handled by conversational chatbots without you having to be put forward to an agent, and without you, of course, having to be on hold for long periods of time listening to some cheesy elevator music.
I think even the advanced things, it's not just going to be better than the AI we have now for customer service is no, I don't want to insult the people who developed it and sell it. I never wrote an AI program. Who am I to complain? But a lot of people are not happy with the current experience of customer service, and it's not just that will be improved. That the simple things, change my address, but the real help, the stuff that we need people for, it won't be able to do all of that, but it'll be able to do a lot of that. I'm having a trouble with my router, and some of these websites aren't getting through. And what do I do about that? You need an agent for that. Maybe not with this. So it might be putting a lot of people out of jobs.
It could be, or it could allow them to free up time to deal with the stuff that really matters, the creative stuff. That of course this stuff can't. It's generative. It knows how to look in the rearview mirror and predict language patterns and based on historical information, but it can't create new stuff. It knows about rules and can be trained on content, but it can't create new ideas. It's not. You can't type into GPT, give me the next idea for a business that's going to make me $1 million overnight. It won't be able to do that. So it will free us up to do.
You can type, give me
stuff.
10 titles for a YouTube live stream talking about ChatGPT, which I did before the stream, and they were decent. No, I didn't use any of them. None of them were as good as the one, but one of them gave me an idea that led to what I used. So it really does do somewhat. Hey, should we bring it up? We're talking about it. Let's, okay. Let me see if I got my. Okay, so what's the first question we want to type in? Let's have some fun here.
I don't know. Create a song in the style of the Beatles and Iron Maiden. No, that sounds a bit that sounds a bit extreme, doesn't it? I don't know that it can handle that. Have a go.
Create a song in the style of the Beatles about unified communication.
Oh, there we go.
With unified communication, we'll never be alone. We can talk and share from our phones or from our home. Is this a ballad or is this a rocker? I can't tell. I mean, it's not the next Yesterday.
It's not.
But
yeah, I don't think Ed Sheeran's got anything to worry about, has he really? But it's.
But if you told me a person wrote this, I would say, okay, I believe that. Oh. What is the history of the Infocom conference? Oh, it's thinking. By the way, recent wrote
this is only going back to 2019. It's been trained on data sets that go back to 2019.
Yeah, it doesn't have the last couple of years. It doesn't know Infocom. Wow, it knew Enterprise Connect. I asked it for the history of Enterprise Connect, and it knew it.
That's good.
But it doesn't know Infocom. That's bizarre.
So clearly, there's some limitations there, but
it doesn't know a lot of stuff.
Consumes. No. But if you ask it to write a virus, there's been some people out there that have created code-based viruses by asking ChatGPT to do it. So, with great power comes great responsibility and all that.
I'm write a C# code to listen, organize past episodes of a podcast. Now, I don't know code that well, but I've done some tests, and whatever it spits out, it looks like code to me, but I don't know if it will work.
And of course, you've got hundreds of thousands of people queuing up to use this service.
Yeah, it is kind of slow sometimes, and I think I'm asking it tough questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what this is, but it looks like code. I can't scroll it up. You get the idea. I asked it a funny question. Let me see if it gives me the thing is, if you ask it the same question, it doesn't give you the same exact answer the next time. It really is sort of, which adds to the human sort of feeling of it. This is an old music meme. What is the best rock band of all time, and why is it Rush? And it's so polite, It's a highly debated topic. Opinions will vary. Well, last time it gave me a much longer answer, but yeah, it gives you a very politically correct, yes, Rush is amazing, but we can't say it's the best. It's a matter of personal taste and opinion. It really sounds like a very polite person.
the interesting thing about this, of course, is there's no confidence score. So I used to work in military intelligence. You used to have confidence scores on intelligence. It used to say high, moderate, or low based on, the sources and the validity of the data and everything else. So you've got no degree of confidence score there.
Yeah.
You've got no understanding of which sources, whether or not it's come from a validated source or not. Did it get that information from Al Jazeera, or did it get it from Fox News, or did it get it from the BBC, or did it get it? You've got no idea as to where the data's come from and how
And
it's
some of
learned.
it's just wrong.
Yes. So, I mean, it has got some limitations, but it really is a tantalizing glimpse of what will come. This is inevitable. Sizable investments from the likes of Microsoft in this sort of technology area. And of course, there are lots and lots and lots of other pre-IPO AI companies out there that are doing some really amazing stuff in healthcare, in sales, specifically in use cases or vertical markets. So undoubtedly, we're going to see a lot of interest in this over the next few years. And I really do feel it's going to contribute significantly to individual and team productivity.
Yeah, this isn't just a fad. This is gonna change things. I mean, we're having fun with it right now, but we're just barely tapping into the surface of what it can do.
I don't know
It's
that it can do anything. What do you think, David, in terms of real-time video? I'm trying to think. I mean, at the moment, AI has been used to train models to take out noise reduction and to improve things like background blur on video conferences. What do you see it doing in terms of video?
that's funny. I happen to be set up for a demo
Oh,
to give an example of that very thing. I've been very afraid of this.
right.
I there's something about, hey, we're going to digitally alter your face that I don't like.
Can you give me some hair?
Right? Get rid of the frizz, get rid of the
There we
wrinkles.
go.
Then again, one of the most popular features in Zoom is Zoom's what do they call it?
Is it soft focus,
Yeah,
or the way of like Instagram filters for people that are ugly or
yeah,
like me, take out the wrinkles?
they
Yeah.
call it the make me younger. They make me younger button is
Yes.
what they call it
Yeah.
internally. What I call it, the make me younger button, and it just kind of softens you a little bit. So I hate the idea, but I love the idea. And one area that people have been talking about using it for a long time is eye contact. And I've always said, no, 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 no. I want better eye contact. We're all staring at our screens and we all look like we're sleepy and staring down and being weird the whole time. No, it's just not a great experience to look at a camera, but it looks so much better. What I want is a magic camera that's behind the monitor and somehow sees through the monitor without leaving little holes in the monitor, like the Jetsons had. They talk to the monitor. And we have all these other things. And now they've finally come out with what they talked about for a long time. NVIDIA has what you were saying, a digitally changing video to make it look like, I'm taking a long time to explain this, sorry, eye contact. And I've set up a demo. So this is the real me. And I'm about to make appear eye contact, David. It's running through the NVIDIA broadcast software. It's coming out of the same camera. So it was hard to set up, but it's no shenanigans coming out of the same. By the way, this one, my lip sync might be a little off. I'm doing camera tricks. So this is eye contact, David. Okay, now we're both looking at the camera, and now real David is going to look down at the screen. Is it more obvious without the glasses? Well, now I can't see anything. So if I was reading a script, hi, I am David, and I'm reading a script. Oh, I got a wow. So okay, so it's working. Put my glasses back on.
It is. Now that is really good. I mean, in terms of video engagement, why would you want to go through avatars if you can just be sort of, this to me I've always had this love-hate relationship with using avatars rather than a real person. But this to me is a really interesting area and quite spooky. It's uncanny. It does look as if it's like your eyes are following me around the room, like the Mona Lisa.
I want to hate it, but it's not creepy. I want to say, oh no, that looks terrible. No, bad idea.
It looks natural.
But it really,
yeah.
And I'm tempted to start using it, especially, I do, talking to you here is easy, but talking alone to a camera doing one of my tutorials, that's hard. And it'd be a lot easier if I could read a script, which I try not to do. And this is a little,
that's really good. I'm very impressed. Thank you for that.
I'm impressed with it. NVIDIA. That's better than I thought it was. I was all ready to attack it. And I'm kind of almost, I think I'm going to recommend it. I need to check if it's a big drain on the PC. I feel like it should be, but I don't hear the fans. Sometimes when I do some of my tricks, the fans start spinning. I'm not hearing it. So this might be a no compromise.
So when you think in the industry, in video, we've got that natural eye tracking, and it is very natural. We've got background blur. We've got removing all those horrible dog barks and the garbage trucks and all the noise in the background. What's next? I mean, it's refining this video experience and making it a lot more human-like. So yeah, it's coming, and it's this AI-driven technology is going to really start improving productivity and the way in which we do things and the way in which we communicate. Really exciting.
It's going to be really hard to not want to use a button that makes me, look 10 years younger. I mean, it was fun. I enjoyed that time. I'm happy now, but that was fun too. But is that what we want to do? I still want to be me. I want to be me. I don't mind being me where because the camera, you can't see all the gray or you can't see all the wrinkles. I don't mind little around the edges, but I mean, do I want to use a Brad Pitt avatar? It'd be nice to look like Brad Pitt.
Authenticity is an interesting area, isn't it? We hope that people are authentic when we meet. We hope that what they say is trusted. Is it a bit of a fake? Are we sort of like virtual plastic surgery? We want to engage with someone that's authentic. So I guess, how much poetic license are we going to give to these sorts of technologies?
Well, I'm still stuck on trying to think what is next. We've come so far. I almost think that, maybe, no, it's the stupidest thing to say we're done. There's a story. It's a true story. Back in like 1895. I mean, it was definitely the late 1800s. I don't remember the exact year. The head of the U.S. Patent Office said, we need to shut down the patent office because anything that's possibly could be invented has been invented. There were so many inventions. There's so much technology at the time compared to the years past. He's like, we're done. This is before the car, before the airplane. So it always feels like, okay, we're done, but we're not done.
No. And so we've covered two key areas: is how AI could potentially help us historically with surfacing institutional knowledge and going through transcripts and surfacing all that data. And then you've very clearly demonstrated, David, how it can be used in real time as well. So not just one application, like some sort of Siri or Google alternative, but some really interesting use cases there that aren't that far away.
I think like for the past 5 years or maybe even 10 years, the AI community has been screaming at us. It's going to do some really cool stuff. And we've been like, what does it do now? This is what it does now. We're like, we're not impressed. The AI people, we're not impressed with you. Apologies. Sorry, you guys were right all along. We should have waited. It really is. It really is happening, and it really is going to change. We have fads all the time. This is not a fad. This is changing things.
Definitely. Yeah, certainly a trend.
All right. Anything to add before we wrap up for the week?
I don't think so, David. Thank you very much for those demos. I didn't know what was coming, so that was really good. So I think I'm going to go away and have a play later on over the weekend.
And I'm really interested in everybody's thoughts on this. These are one big fun topic for me. So in the comments, let us know your thoughts, and we'll follow up in the next episode. Thanks for watching.